Hey guys, Vazzy back here, and it is time for episode 27 of our Pittsburgh Penguins franchise mode here on NHL 25. And in today's video, we are going to be getting the first half of the regular season done today. This team is honestly looking pretty good overall. Didn't really make any changes in the top 6 overall. We did give Maddox Schultz his huge extension, 8 years at $12.5 million to be our franchise cornerstone center. Did bring in Anthony Cirelli and Arturi Lehkonen there as good defensive depth pieces, whereas on the blue line we made some big moves getting Power and Sandin Pellikka. In the net, no real changes whatsoever. So let's get into it here. Let's get this first half of the season done. I think we should be once again a pretty good team. So jumping into this game here, slow sim against the Isles, first period 0-0. Second period, 1 goal apiece, Grichuk and Cirelli. Cirelli's first goal for us. In the third, Doc gets one back, but it's 2-2. And overtime, Adam Nemec wins it for the Islanders. So we drop our first game, we drop our home opener unfortunately, but we do pick up the point against the Isles. Could be a point that is valuable later in the season. We're going to have to wait and see. Up next, the Ottawa Senators. Can we get our first one of the year? We do not. Losing that one 3-2 to Ottawa. Still looking for our first win of the year against the Chicago Blackhawks, who are 2-0. Can we get a win? We do 4-2. So we get on the board sitting 1-1 early. Up against the Blue Jackets, that's a 5-4 victory. And going up against the Anaheim Ducks and Ilya Nabokov. That is also a win, 5-0 shutout against the Ducks. Going to Montreal up next, can we continue our winning ways? That is a 1-0 shutout against the Canadiens. There you go, 4 in a row. Can we make it 5 here going up against the Sabres? Caden Primo in the Sabres. That's a 4-1 win. 5 straight wins. Can we make it 6 against St. Louis? Let's find out. Against the Blues at home, that's a 4-2 loss in regulation. So still sitting very good, 5-2-1 on the season. Ottawa Senators up next. There we go, another shutout, 2-0. Ivan Kovac has been phenomenal. 937 save, 1.88 goals against. He has been amazing this year. Let's jump into this game against the Wings. Sandin Pellikka's former team. See if we can beat the Wings and he can get some points for us. First period, 2-1 Detroit. Johnson, Samosevic, and Porter Martone for us. Second period, no scoring. And then in the third period, no scoring as well. We have not had much luck in this series in the slow sim. We've got a few wins here and there, but definitely not as many as I'd expect. And unfortunately, we do lose Anthony Cirelli there. Okay, so let's go down to that third line center spot. Who do we have to put in here for the scratch players? Guess it'll be Maverick Bourque for the time being. Lautner there can't play center, so I don't want to move him up then. And against the Wings, yeah, we did lose that one 2-1. So let's continue on here against the Rangers without Anthony Cirelli in the lineup. As well, just like that, actually, he's back. We do drop that one 6-5 against New York. I'm going to hold Cirelli out one more game till after Boston, which is a 4-2 victory. There we go. So let's get Anthony Cirelli back in the lineup in exchange for Maverick Bourque. So he, in 2 games, 2 goals, honestly, it's not bad. Could be a decent scratch option there for us at 81 overall. But we will get Cirelli, the defensive master, back there on the third line. Let's continue on the sim. The Buffalo Sabres up next, part of a 2-game road trip and our first back-to-back of the season. First off against Buffalo, that is a 4-1 win. There we go. Let's go switch out the goalies here with it being a back-to-back. And I believe that is going to be Brian's first start here. 81 overall medium elite goalie we drafted years ago now. So he is getting his first NHL debut. Let's go take a look at some of the stats here before we do continue on. So Porter Martone leading the way, 12 points for us. Same with Maddox Schultz. Doc there with 11, Rossi 10, Moore 9. Like, no point per game plus players, but a lot of guys like right around that mark. Even Costi there, 9 points in 13 games has been really good. I'm noticing a few minuses there on the fourth line, Lautner, Lehkonen, and Soderblom, so keep an eye on it. Owen Power, 9 points, Sandin Pellikka with 5, they've both been very good. Fences as a whole is all plus. Then Ivan Kovac, 929 save, 2.14 goals against. He has been so good for us in this series. Okay, so let's continue on here against the Carolina Hurricanes. Another game on the road, second half of a back-to-back. Let's go. Against Carolina, that's a 4-3 loss in regulation. Our big-time state rivals in the Philadelphia Flyers up next. First game against them this year, we lose Cirelli again. It's not great. So up against the Flyers, we do win that one 5-2, even though we do lose Cirelli once again. So Bork will slot in there. Against the Vancouver Canucks, first half of back-to-back. And there we go, big win. So I'm guessing, yeah, that just want to confirm. Yeah, that did put Maverick Bork back there on the third line. I'm totally fine with that. And then goalies, once again, let's switch them out and let's continue on with the sim. Vegas Golden Knights up next. Looks like we're playing a decent amount of Western teams here. That is yet another shutout for Ivan Kovic, 2-0. Looks like we do get Cirelli back. I'm going to, again, hold him out till after this game against San Jose. So against the Kings, that's a 6-4 loss. Let's go switch out the goalies. Cirelli will stay out one more game, and then we will bring him back. Okay, so goaltenders, Ivan Kovic, you can go back on the bench, and let's continue things on here. First up against the San Jose Sharks. That is another loss regulation, 3-1. So let's go switch out the goalies once again. Back-to-back is over, and let's get Anthony Cirelli back into the lineup. Ivan Kovic, that is good, and then Maverick Bork once again. You're a very good guy to get in there in a pinch, but I would much rather have Cirelli in there for the moment. So looking at everything here, so Doc, Rossi been pretty good. Martone, Maddox, Schultz. Callahan there is kind of scaring me a bit. Only 10 points in 19 games. Expect more. Let's make some kind of a change. Let's maybe move more up. Need some more production out of him. Put Rossi on his natural center spot. I know Moore's not a winger, but playing in the top 6 with Schultz and Martone, hopefully that can get him going a bit more. But that's going to be the only changes we make for the moment. Let's continue on here against the Florida Panthers. That is going to be a 7-2 win. Look at that, right after some line changes, getting lots of goals. So a game against Detroit up next. It's a 4-2 loss in regulation, followed by a game here against the Washington Capitals, another big rival of ours, 3-2 win in the shootout. Playing Detroit once again here for the second time in, 5 days? Can we finally get a win against them? We do not. That's a 4-3 loss in the shootout. Okay, so we're sitting here at December 1st. We're looking good. Can we continue against the Jets? 2-1 loss in regulation. Sitting 13-8-3. I expect better out of this team. Come on, guys. Against Carolina, that's a big 6-3 victory. Come on, let's get more of that going. Vancouver up next. Can we replicate it? It's a 4-2 loss in regulation. I just feel like this team is kind of underperforming right now. Come on. 3-day break before we play the Flyers. First half of a back-to-back. Come on. Big one against Philly. 4-1. Let's go. Okay, let's take a look at some of these stats. So sitting 15-9-3. It's still good for a divisional spot, sitting with 33 points, but we're definitely not locked in. Like, looking down there at 7, Columbus is 29. The division is very, very tight this year. So looking at our overall point scoring leaders, Kirby Dach of all people, 24. Moore there with 23. He's been doing better since we moved him up. Koski was 16. Callahan still was 16. He is definitely, not impressing me this year, that's for sure. Cirelli with 12. Lautner -6, that's not great. Maverick Bork 5 points in 6 games. Defensively, Sandin Pellikka 18 points has been very good, and Ivan Kovic been very good as well. So, I don't know, I think defensively, goaltending wise, we're doing outstanding. The forwards just got to get it together here. I don't really know what other changes we can really make here. Maybe something in the bottom 6, like Lehkonen -4. Lautner hasn't been great, but I want to play the young guy. So let's maybe move Lehkonen to center and then take him out with Maverick Bork, who has been playing pretty good in a very limited sample size. Does have the better face-offs. Okay, so that's going to be our new 4th line. Callahan's going to stay on the 2nd line for the moment. Okay, let's continue on here. Boston Bruins up next in Boston. Big win, 4-2. Followed up by the Winnipeg Jets up next. Bracco down there in the AHL, that's alright. Winnipeg Jets here, let's get a bit of a winning streak going. Come on. Won our last 2, I believe. Cam Allen goes down on the AHL. That is a 10-1 win against Winnipeg. Wow. Definitely have to check the box score out on that one. Let's see. 10-1 win against the Jets. Come on, let's see more of that as the season goes on. So, Cirelli, 3 points was a +4. Same with Soderblom, okay. That 4th line looking good. Sandin Pellikka +5. Wow. Callahan, no points. He was a plus. Alright, so there you go. Huge 10-1 win against Winnipeg. Let's keep that going. That's, I want to say, 3 wins in a row. Can we make it 4? Let's get another 10-goal performance against Utah. We don't get that, but we do get a 5-2 win. I will take it. Continuing things on here, the Vegas Golden Knights up next. Vegas, a team below 500, 3-2 win in the shootout. So we're looking for our 20th win here against the New York Rangers. Can we do it? That is going to be that is a loss in regulation, 5-1. So still looking for our 20th win. The Devils also are looking for their 20th win. Who is going to get it? And we do by a score of 4-3 in regulation. Love to see that. Montreal Canadiens up next. Montreal right at 500. Can we get another winning streak together? We start things out with a 5-2 victory. Minnesota Wild up next. Minnesota's a pretty good team here with Wallstead putting up very good numbers for them. There we go, 4-1 win. The Buffalo Sabres, another very good team, 21 wins for them. Can we beat the Sabres? 5-1 win, there we go. We're putting together some wins here. Love to see it. Can we continue that against the Columbus Blue Jackets? And there you go, 6-3 win. This team is cooking here. Let's just keep this going. Florida, in Florida. We are sitting first in the division now. Amazing. We do lose that one in regulation. Nashville Predators up next as we approach the halfway mark. Against the Predators, there we go. That's a 4-1 victory. Still sitting first in the division. We've been playing so good of late. I don't want to mess with anything. Let's just go switch out the goalies and let's continue on with the sim. So there we go. Ivan Kovac back on the bench. Let's switch up the HL goalies over here. Oops. I totally forgot to do that all year. That is totally my bad. And yeah, let's continue on here. 2 more games left in this episode. First off, against the Dallas Stars and Jake Ottinger. Huge 5-0 shutout. Man, we are doing so well here. I was literally just saying not too long ago, a couple minutes ago, I feel like we're underperforming. This team has definitely turned that around. So last game here, let's jump into it. Against the Toronto Maple Leafs, Toronto sitting 24-12-1. They are right there with us, so let's see if we can end things on a high note, and let's see if we can beat the Toronto Maple Leafs. First period here in Pittsburgh. 2-0 Penguins. Let's go. Soderblom and Moore. Second period, they tie it up 2-2. Matthews and Kelly. In the third, 3-3. Power and Chychrun. And then in overtime, the Leafs do take it. Alexander Carrier scores for them. We do drop the final game of today's episode of 4-3, but we do get that point from overtime. So looking at our overall record, sitting 26-11-4. Good for 56 points in the league. That puts us second in the whole NHL. So I'm telling you, this team has been playing so good. Looking at our individual point scores, Maddox Schultz now leading the way with 38 points. That's good to see. Even more. Moving him up, I think, was a good decision. Callahan there still with 24. He is just, he hasn't been able to get it going this year. Lautner there, 14, but he's a plus player now. Even Bork, 11 points, 20 games is a +9. Wow, okay, so that fourth line has definitely turned it around. Defensively, Sandin Pellikka, 27 points. Last year when we got him, before that he had 29 was his career high and was always a negative. Now he's +26. What an acquisition for us. Even power there as well. Defense has been amazing. And then going over to our goaltending, Ivan Kovac's been amazing. And what the heck? Why is EA Sports? New game, new glitch. But yeah, very good start to the 2031-32 NHL season. Again, should be a playoff lock here. We'll go through the deadline. I really only see adding to the bottom 6, maybe just getting someone a little bit better defensively, but honestly, the way we're playing, I don't really want to touch anything either, so definitely a good problem to have. But hopefully this team continues its amazing run into the second half of the regular season. But that is going to do it for today's video. I will see you all in the next one.